Air-Clips.com.
Good afternoon, welcome to Air-Clips and to Broughton Regional Airlines. We'll take a flight here from Malmö to Stockholm.
For the new viewers, we have already made a flight from Stockholm, the capital of Sweden, here back to Malmö. And now we have a turnaround and we will head back to Stockholm. So if you missed the first clip, it will be a link in the description. So see that one, you see what we did and talked about, and join us for the trip back to Stockholm.
I'm the captain, Johan. I'll be flying you guys up to the capital of Stockholm and Bromma Airport.
I'm the first officer, my name is George Palmer, and I'll be pilot monitoring.
And of course, see in the background the beauty of the BA Avro RJ100. We had it in this company since end of 1990. So I've been flying this for almost 24 years. And if you watched the first video, you probably did or probably did not. But anyhow, it's a 4-engine aircraft, and there's a saying among pilots, how come it's 4 engines? Because they couldn't fit 6. But that's not true. It's a military aircraft from the beginning. You can fly it, you can start with 3 engines. And as I said in the first clip, I've flown it 3 times, or actually 4 times. I've started on 4 engines to ferry it back to maintenance base. It's done its jobs. Takes 112 passengers, and you can fly roughly 3 hours.
Yep.
I've flown 4 one time with empty.
Then you stretch it.
If I stretch it, the sunshine in the back.
But now we'll make a 1-hour flight from Malmö to Stockholm, and the weather en route is good. Here in Malmö, it's now it's better than when we arrived, and Stockholm it's cloudy and 3 degrees. So join us for this trip. Okay, guys, we will now do the walk around of the aircraft here in Malmö, which is our maintenance base. We have technicians doing the walk around, but airmanship is that one of the pilots do a quick walk around to see the condition of the aircraft. So we start here in the front. Have a look at the windows, static ports, angle of attack vane, and pitot tube. Look at the main gear. Main gear is a nose gear. Looks good. We continue to the electric bay. Here we check Here we have a look at the circuit breakers, that no one is popped, and it looks good. Yes, and when we're standing from a distance, we have a look of the wing and the engine, and then we get closer and we can see it in detail. Look on the static ports, and we go back to the hydraulic bay, and in here we check for hydraulic leaks, and we have a look at filter so it's not clogged. We have enough fluid, and it looks very good. Close the door. We have a look at the main gear from in front. It looks good, nice and clean. We have a look at engine number 3. Extinguisher relief indicator is green. Fan blades look good, and the wing looks good. Engine number 4, fan blades look good. Have a look at the wing. The nav light, static discharger, should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. That's good. And we also, when we make these quick turnarounds, we look for frosts on the wing, because it's a hydro wing. The other tank gets so cold, so it can be frost underneath and on the top. But it looks good. Have a look at main gear from the behind. We look that we have enough disc brakes. You can see on this needle. So now we have a lot of disc brakes is looking good. And this one is soon to be replaced. And the gear bay looks good. We continue back and we have a overview of the tail. Deep view. Looks good. And the tail navigation light. We checked the outflow valve. It's good. And of course, when you approach the aircraft and the wing from a distance, you have an overview. Then you get close to it and you look on the details. Left main landing gear looks good. And enough brakes. The wing, engines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 static discharger. And here on this side you can see we have some just a little bit of frost, and this is it's good. If it's more than that, then we can do a partial de-ice. Our ground mechanic, they have some de-ice fluid, or if it's a lot of frost, then we order a de-ice from the de-ice trucking. And the number 1 looks good. 2 looks good. Main gear from the front. Yeah, it looks very good. And the outflow and the static ports. Yeah, the aircraft looks very good. And let's hop in and make preparations for flight. Thank you. Oh,
Yeah,
Several.
what do you got? Any 74 passengers?
74 passengers,
You're very
yes.
close, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, George, let's start
Yes,
with
Johan.
the reduced checklist.
Reduced circuit breakers,
Set,
cabin signs,
on,
pressurization,
set,
fuel panel,
on and check.
fuel quantity,
4480,
4480, all temperatures, QNH 997,
997, 200,
210 IRS, GNS,
set,
set, breakdown,
checked.
review complete.
And then let's take a clearance.
Malmö, good day, scanning 5, trick or stand 1, we have information, Romeo 997, request clearance, Stockholm, Bromma.
Scanning 5 Echo, clear to Bromma, next 1 kilo departure, Squawk 0442.
Clear Stockholm, Bromma, next 1 kilo, Squawk 0442, scanning 3, correction 5 trick.
5 Echo, Squawk 0443.
0443, scanning 5 trick.
We got
Checked. See,
next 1 kilo departure,
confirm,
4,000 feet, and Cockpit is in the box.
scene checked.
Okay, my takeoff.
Yes.
We'll do a derated takeoff with the flaps 18. Number 4 engine since the APU didn't start.
Understood.
And LNAV departure according to the familiar SID. I'm 30-1, 21th of November.
Same.
700 feet. You can check the points. 700 feet left turn to Mike Sierra 510.
Checked.
Mike Sierra 511 up to sit where it's speed of 210.
Checked.
Then 4,000 feet acceleration. 1800 normal, 1300 in emergency, and follow the SID in case before turn we have the option of talking to the tower.
Yeah.
Fly on parallel rudder straight ahead.
Understood.
Threats today, we're in Malmö, so it's basically the birds. So you keep an extra
Yes.
eye out, so since I'd be on the instrument
Yep.
initially. So thank you.
Understood.
Any questions?
No.
Back here
No
on
questions.
ILS. Good.
Sounds good.
Let's go for before start checklist and
The
yeah,
weights.
The weights. Weights. Let's see. Here we are. We got the zero fuel weight 32,347. 47 leads us down to 37-ton takeoff.
Yes.
Det här flygplanet har 4 stycken övergångar, 2 längst bak och 2 längst fram. Alla är märkta med exit-skyltar som tillsammans med ljusslingor i golvet lyser vid en nödsituation och visar vägen till nödgångarna.
74 passengers, trim is 3.5.
Checked.
Full flex, 45 degrees to the rate engines. That should lead us to 85.8 or 9.
Set.
Lowest V1 from intersection Alpha, it's 108.
108 on the V1, VR 123.
And V2 133.
Checked. VFD 174.
Checked.
Scanning fire trick, stand 1, request on push.
Fire check, start to push, please.
Start push brakes, scanning fire trick.
Before start checklist.
Before start brakes.
Set.
Coffee warning.
Checked.
Trims.
003.5.
035, turbine speeds.
Flex speed set.
Flex speed set, headache lights.
Out.
Warning.
Out.
Lead.
Off.
Beacon.
On.
Engine
on,
ice. Start
on.
master. Start power. Transponder.
On.
Door.
Locked.
Before start checklist complete.
I just give them a short briefing. Back the passengers.
Yeah.
From the flight, they welcome on board. We're captain here. Take a trip up to the capital in Stockholm. 60-minute flight time. Good above the cloud deck. Stockholm reporting. Yes, some scattered clouds. 3 degrees. And finally, one should be pushed from the gate. You've seen it before, but for your own confident safety, follow along on our safety briefing. Thank you.
Do you sign the flight?
Yes, sir. Will do. There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we are clear for start.
Yeah, ground from cockpit.
Cockpit.
Yeah, we need to start engine 4 on gate, or...
First start, no problem.
Okay. Starting 4.
All 4.
So here, folks, same thing. Put the fuel on. We got ignition. Just monitor the starting sequence. And 240.
Start light out.
Stabilized. Disconnect ground power.
Disconnecting number. Ready for pushback.
And confirm turbo connecting.
Tower connected.
And you're done your walk around?
Walk around complete.
Perfect. Then your main commence push, and we're gonna start 3.
Push number 3.
Starting 3. Available 40.
Start light out.
Stabilized. 2. 240.
Start it out.
Level line, starting 1.
Start it out.
Light. Brakes and press check. You may disconnect toolbar. Everything looks good, so have a nice day. Thank you.
Roger, disconnecting. See you in front. Have a nice flight.
Ja.
Bye.
Räknar du på eller?
Off.
Off, ja.
The thrust rate panel reset.
Check.
7
And
reduced.
45 degrees.
45.
Clear signal received.
Set.
Set.
108, 123.
1, 2, 3.
17.
Check.
Flaps.
18 and have to start
Okay.
checklist.
Yes. I'll start brake pads.
Auto.
Hydraulics.
On.
Generators.
On.
Start panel.
Set.
Inlet eyes.
Off.
Heater detectors.
On.
Radar.
Stand by.
Central panels.
Checked.
I'll start check is complete. Flaps 18 selected. Scamming flight record request taxi.
Scamming 5 Echo, taxi to holding point 17.
Taxi hold point 17, scamming flight record.
Holding 17
Clear right.
and left. Looks clear to me, so clear view.
Flaps 18 set.
Check instruments.
Flight instrument check units 997.
997, 200 feet.
210. George.
Ja, fick där slides from cabin clear.
Perfect. There we go. Hey,
Briefing.
go ahead.
Yeah, take intersection alpha static, otherwise rolling for full runway. 700 feet, climbing 4,000 feet, standard acceleration 13 and 800. Do L-NAR departure, fairly familiar. Threats today, we're talking about birds. I can
Yes.
already see them down there on the right, the black ones.
It's a big flock with birds.
Yeah. And yeah, back here on the ILS.
Yes.
The backup. End of briefing.
Understood.
Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff. Brakes.
Set.
Flaps V2.
8133.
81 to trade. Flight instruments.
Checked.
Checked. Config. Checked. Cabin.
Clear.
Before take check is complete.
Ready from Alpha, va?
Scamming flight tracker ready from intersection alpha.
Scamming 5 Echo, wind 270 degrees, 8 knots, runway 17 by Alpha, clear for takeoff.
Run 17 Y intersection alpha. Clear for takeoff. Scamming flight tracker. Hey.
Clear for takeoff. Approach sector checked.
TCAS checked.
Line up items.
Line of items. Chemical. Given. Light directors take track green, ultra white controls.
Rudder.
Tober on spoiler shape. Strobes on. Bleed on engine number 4 and 1859.
85.9 confirmed.
Lineup items complete. Heading L to go.
Check. About the birds on the right hand side, I can see them sitting there. Fairly close here. So
Shall we call for the scarecrow?
no, I think they're kind of close, so. Now they're on the right hand side there.
Yeah,
Yeah. L-nav check, runway
Heading
heading.
checked.
Okay guys, let's take a trip to the capital of Stockholm.
Yeah.
And Brahma, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Check thrust.
Thrust is checked. Out thrust brake.
Birds no factor anymore.
Eight knots.
I stay coasting.
280 at 4,500 feet climbing, direct to.
Climb flight level 280 passing 4,500 feet direct cruise, escape flight level.
280 set.
Same.
Standard speed 210.
Standard
27.
27.
Lap 0.
Speed checked, flap 0 selected.
Speed 210, the level changing.
Checked.
Selected. We're clear to flight level, so climb checklist.
Climb checklist, altimeter standard.
Standard passing 37.
38.
Oh,
Check gear.
up out.
Up and out, flaps.
0.
0. Leads.
On.
On. Backs.
On pressurizing.
On pressurizing. T-brake climb over. Green. 8 views of climb check is complete.
Thank you. 4500 to Trosa, could you help me out there?
Yes, sir. Trosa confirm.
Confirm.
There you go.
Good, thank you. There we are, on our way to Tulsa. Belts off. Some coffee. And free speed, so it's at 250 so far.
Check. Send you the airborne time.
Sure.
There you go.
Passing 8,000 feet, which is 250 limitation in this aircraft. Where's the speed? Take 280.
Checked. Flight level 100.
Yeah.
Flight logo.
Give you a standard here in back.
Thank you very much. And the Pac-Man.
And the Pac-Man is on.
100 items complete.
Perfect. Okay. We're on our way now.
On the way.
Yeah. So we passed 100.
Yes.
So just time to relax.
Then
and
we can
enjoy
relax a
the
bit.
show.
It's a very nice and calm afternoon flight.
Yeah, I would. You should never say never, but it feels fairly
Fairly smooth.
uneventful
Yeah.
so far.
Yes.
And like for you guys that viewed, probably seen the first clip, I told you about flying the EC3s, and Yeah. We're from the Navy, you know, and all the Navy ships are got, you know, female names.
Yes.
So I learned flying the DC-3s when they were not as reliable as this nice baby.
No.
So we said, you know, we comforted the dashboard here and said, "Go on, girl, be nice to us today."
Yeah, most of the time it's Avro. It's very nice.
Yeah.
And we're right now passing 12.7 and we're cleared to 280. And we're heading direct to Trosa.
Oh, Trosa is, where is that,
It's
George?
a point south of Stockholm,
Uh-huh.
about Södertälje, outside Södertälje. Trosa is actually a town itself. And from Trosa, our arrival into Stockholm will start. We are flying into a city airport. Bromma is a city airport, and hopefully we will arrive at 30, but I think it's runway 12 in use.
Yeah, yeah.
But arriving from runway 30, then you arrive just over the center part of Stockholm. It's a beautiful approach.
Yes, looks like the other approach today.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate, but it's still nice.
It's still nice.
Yeah.
We are climbing for 310.
Still heading for Trosa.
Yes.
Yeah. So we figured you guys wanted to have like a cockpit tour. So we, should I be on the instrument and talk about the lower
Yeah, you
panel?
can do that.
So
Can I talk up the overhead panel?
So I give you the radio and the controls.
My controls.
So
are
your controls. So welcome to the Avro again. It's got 4 engines. Like any aircraft, any commercial aircraft, you have 2 flight displays, all the same. 2 nav displays, they're all the same. We got a backup, you know, like any commercial airliner, backup instrument or horizon. And down here we got the 4 engines, and the one you guys that are familiar with the MD-80 will see that it's the same panels, 1 for each engine, 1 stack. You got fuel flow N2, which is a turbine, and that's the temperature in the turbine. And of course there's the fan that you saw on the walk around that gives us the thrust and the propulsion. So that's a basic setup, and of course we get, you know, altimeter, we got a TCAS for seeing avoiding other aircraft, backup. And down here 2 FMS displays. This one is PRNAV approved, so we can do RNAV approaches and on the FMS. And of course the master warning panel if something is wrong. Nice to have it black.
Very
Should
nice
be
to have it black.
Yeah.
Like it that way.
Yeah. No reds, please.
No reds.
No. You can handle it, but still nice. And you guys that are familiar with the Boeing can see that this MCP panel, master control panel. So here we can fly the almost the aircraft without the autopilot. We can fly it, you know, on any vertical speed mode. We can fly it on heading mode, and now you can see it's connected to LNAV. We have here in the flight display. Altitude, we get, you know, basic VR and or localized selection. So that's about it. So you got a Boeing panel and the MD-80 instruments sitting in a BAA 146
It's a mix of everything.
Yeah.
They put it together.
It still does its job.
Yeah.
So we're approaching 1,000 feet here. So we get back shortly with the presentation of overhead display once we get two more 1,000 feet to go. So you can start if
I can start off.
Yeah, I'll take the controls on the radio.
Yeah, your controls your radio.
Yeah.
The overhead panel. We have in the ceiling all the circuit breakers. We have on the left side from the top the avionics. Below avionics, anti-skid and lift spoilers, brake fans. Below that we have the hydraulic panel and the switches for the pumps and the AC pump and the PQ. We have below that we have the fuel panel, the fuel tanks, and if we need to transfer fuel from the sides or from the center tank, we can do that. We have the electric side, where you can see the voltage, the hertz, everything. APU that you saw from the start, it's didn't work, so we have to write it in the book when we land. Start panel, ice protection panel for the engine anti-ice. We have the ice protection for the airframe windows and the pressurization panel. And as we told you in the set. As we told you in the first clip, it's analog pressurization of this aircraft. So before we're leaving the cruising altitude, we need to set the landing pressurization. Here we have the engine air, and that's, you could say, pressurize the cabin. And we have the air conditioning system, which is analog. We adjust it ourselves. Lightning, notice, and we have some test switches. Over here you see the four handles. That's for shutting down the engines. Just pull, and when you twist them, then you use the fire extinguisher.
Okay, George, approaching level here, so
Checked. Alt green.
checked. 0.68 today.
And it's off. Pressure. Level of items complete. And it's a little bit cold. I increased the temperature. So check the duct temperature. It's looking good. So that's pretty much the overhead panel. Do you have something to say about it?
Yeah, oh, there's basically, you know, for a lot of viewers, you know, if you look on the overhead panel, it looks like so many knobs and switches and stuff. But basically, if you have a car, you have a key.
Yeah.
You turn it on. But here we have backup systems. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, basically 5 ways of getting electricity to the aircraft. So it's just backup systems to swap around. Same here on a car. You have a tank. One tank. We have 3 tanks and different way of sending fuel if something goes wrong. That's basically why so many knobs and switches. So it's not that hard.
No.
Yeah, so we're on cruise here at 31,000 feet. That'll be enough for this flight.
Yes,
and
that's for this aircraft. It's maximum altitude.
Yes, for this one we have a few aircraft that can fly to 35,000 feet, but not this one.
Not this one.
This
so when we have 2 aircraft with digital pressurization.
Yeah.
And with those aircraft you can fly at flight level 350.
Yeah.
Which could be useful sometimes.
Yeah, they'd be nice to fly above the weather in the summertime, since we not just fly domestically, we fly to Bulgaria, Greece, Croatia, Montenegro, Italy, Mallorca, and to the Alps in the wintertime.
Yeah.
I went to Innsbruck last weekend. I'm going there in 2 weeks as well. That's my favorite airport.
Yeah.
Sunny day in Innsbruck.
That's a nice approach.
That's a nice approach.
I love it. So, as you can hear, we have a good mixture of domestic flights, short flights, and we have the charter flights. So it's a good mix.
We should have, you know, like internet connection. You
Yeah.
guys could send us some questions.
Questions. Alone.
We can get it on the EFB.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That would be good. Yeah. There's something for Air-Clips.com in the future.
In the future,
Yeah.
I can watch it when I'm sitting there with
Exactly.
McCain.
Live.
We're live on YouTube. What should we more talk about? We could talk about the EFB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have an electronic flight bag installed in all of our aircraft. We also have a personal iPad. As for you who watched the first movie, we did a pre-flight planning in the crew room. We downloaded the flight plan and the weather, everything, but we didn't print the paper. So when we come to the aircraft, we download it again, and we get all the flight plans, everything we need in the electronic flight bag. So basically, what we do, we start with the pre-flights, who is preparing it, fuel, and we take the ATIS, the weather, and we make takeoff calculations, configurations of the aircraft, and we view the calculation and what to set on what thrust to use for that runway and temperature. We move on. We have the weight and balance, the weights for the aircraft. We set the type of flight, and depending of the flight, we have different weights. So this is a scheduled flight. The crew is 2 in the cockpit and 3 working in cabin, and we call it the domestic B. Work on the next page. We put in the fuel figures, the actual uplift. Move on to the cargo. We have 6 cargo compartments. Most of the time we use compartment 2 and 4. That's where we can we use 1 and 4. That's where we can load the most of the bags. We have in the cabin. We divide by genders to get the most accurate weights and what section in the aircraft they're sitting. And the cargo and the cabin figures are sent by the
check-in system.
The check-in system.
Yeah.
So the gate, whenever everyone's past the gate, they close the flights, and the figures will be sent to us here in the cockpit. You assign what you heard before takeoff. We read out the figures, the zero fuel, takeoff weight, the trim, and the flex temperature, flap setting, the V1, and then we take the VR and V2 from our speed card. And we have the climb gradient as well. And the commander, he signs it every day. Every flight he signs and send to the office.
Yeah, to us ever. Yeah.
Want something?
Yeah.
Coffee?
I think I'm pretty happy.
Happy?
Yeah.
George?
Hej, det var Lina.
Hey.
Vill ni ha någon smörgås eller kaffe eller så?
Tea for me, please.
Jag tar en halv svart.
And half cup of coffee.
Och en halv kopp kaffe.
Yes.
Okej.
Öppna. This good. So this system is made by a former pilot here.
Yeah. And I would say it's one of the best EFP systems I've seen. Of course, I like my own system.
Yeah.
But the thing is that everything is in this. If I talk your language.
Thank you.
Thank you. Perfect.
Thank you.
Now everything in the EFP is basically one app. So you don't have to use different apps for performance, weight and balance, and so on. So we have just one app or 2 apps, one for the approach plates, and then everything is what George says set in the same system.
Mm-hmm.
So you got all this. You can just flip through the flight.
Yeah.
So it's really efficient.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that both are EFP. They talk to each other. To be once you've done anything, you have the same edition.
Yeah.
Or
So we crossfit it
crossfit it.
between the plates, between the iPad. It's not an iPad. It's a
What is it? The Surface Pro.
Surfer Pro something.
Surfer, no Surface Pro.
And along the flights, we do fuel checks.
Yeah, maybe it's time for a fuel
Maybe
check.
it's time for a fuel
almost
check.
Mikna.
Almost.
Oh.
Then we head down. We'll make a fuel check here at Mikna, and the time over and the fuel. And we have checked all altimeters so that we can go up in the RVSM airspace. Before top of descent, we will take the weather at Bromma.
Yeah, we're about to leave here in about 7 to 10 minutes.
Yeah. And then we make a landing calculations, what runway, runway conditions, wind velocity, temperature, the QNH, and the landing mass, flap setting, if we're using air conditioning on or we use the engine at ice on. If all the system is working or not, that will affect our landing distance. And then we make our calculations. And after, when we have blocked on, we make post flights with fuel, arrival, and times.
And send it to the office.
And send it to the office. Exactly. It's a very good system. It's very handy. And the good thing, as Johan said, it's only one system.
Yeah, not you don't have to flip through different apps
No.
and stuff.
Exactly. It makes our job very easy here. Not very easy,
Yeah.
but easier. So overhead Mikna. And
Coming in 53 Echo, when ready, descent flight level 290.
when ready, descent flight level 290, scan 5 trick.
290 set.
See.
Coming 53 Echo, contact Sweden 133.705.
Sweden 133.705, scan 5 trick, ahead. Thank you. Sweden, good day, scan 5 trick, maintaining 310, clear 290, when ready, inbound Trosa.
Hey, scan wing 53 Echo, Sweden identified, declared by Trosa 6 Yankee, runway 30.
Trosa 6 Yankee, 30, scanning 5 trick.
So it's a 6 Yankee.
And you lucky guys,
Yeah.
it's the runway 30.
It's in the box.
Confirm. That's one of the nicest approaches.
Yeah,
I think.
I'll swap them around there.
Scan wing 53 Echo, when ready, descent flight level 190.
When ready, descent flight level 190, scan 5 trick.
190 set.
See.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this Broken Regional Airlines flight to Stockholm and Bromma Airport. During this flight, we have the pleasure of serving you sandwich with chicken or cheese and coffee, tea and water. Hope you enjoy the meal. My name is Birgitta, and I started to fly 1976. So it's some years now, and I'm going to stop working last March this year. So I have 2 months left. I really like my job. I've been flying Boeing 727, Fokker F-28, MD-80, DC-9, Boeing 737, Fokker 50, and now this Avro. And I really love this airplane. It's small, we are like a family here, and you recognize the passengers when you're flying Malmö, Stockholm, or Stockholm, Malmö. You really like the passengers, and they recognize you, and I recognize them. So when I haven't seen them for a couple of weeks, I wonder, did they have a good vacation? Maybe they had vacation or something like this. So I really love this aircraft. And this aircraft takes 112 passengers. We have to stop this now because we are coming to Stockholm Bromma in a couple of minutes. I hope you have enjoyed this flight, and maybe I'll meet you another time, anywhere.
Checked. Okay, Johan.
Yeah,
I have the latest weather for
Yeah.
Bromma.
let it rip.
Runway 30 in use, braking actually good. Damp runway, transient level 70. Wind 190, 1 knots. Visibility 10, broken 3,200 feet. QNH 996 and temperature 2 by 1.
996 set here. Did you say 1 knot crosswind?
190, 1 knots.
1 knot.
1 knots.
1 knot. Oh,
So,
I got nothing to
Yeah. so I
Ah.
think even you should.
be able to land.
Yeah.
1 knot crosswind.
So we make the landing calculations. Runway 30. It's damp, but I use wet anyway. Wind direction 190, 1 knots. Temperature 2, and QNH 996. So it's crosswind 1 and tailwind 1. Aircraft configuration, flap 33, air conditioning on, and landing distance available 1668 meters. Landing distance required 1288, and actual 773 meters. Ready to receive?
Yeah, very safe.
Here we go.
Scanlink 53, good descent flight level 110.
Descent flight level 110, scanwing 5 track.
110. Set.
Scene.
So if you look, hey guys, if you look on the calculation on the EFB, if you put this up for the viewers.
Yeah.
So here we can that's if you're looking on threats, since it's a short runway, we can see if you point on how much spare we have.
This is how much spare we have.
Yeah, so I would say maximum end of touchdown zone.
Yeah.
So after end of touchdown zone, we'll make a go round.
Yes.
That's the biggest threat today. And of course, all the cameras.
Yeah. Recording errors.
Yeah, that's the threat I can find today.
Yeah. Agree.
Let's do a quick briefing then. We'll do an L number arrival on the Trusa 6 Yankee. Should be at Trusa at flight level 110.
Yes.
Just now might be slightly high. I'll correct that later. And then we fly the 6.5 DME. If you check the box for me,
Will do.
read them. The first one is the 6.5 DME. It's called, yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
And the turning point throws at 27.
Yes, correct.
And then takes us into the
Center
center lines, which is, and we keep 5,000 feet first and then 2,500, which we'll keep today to the glide slope.
Yes.
And then we're in on the standard ILS approach. And the difference to this one is little steeper, 3.5 degrees. So 109.7, corrected 303 inbound. We've got a minima 250 today, uncorrected, since we're flying in Scandinavia. Sometimes we need to temperature correct our minima. We should check 1380 on 3.6 ILS DME. And on a missed approach, we'll hit Toga bottom, go to the outer marker and take vectors back. And today we have fuel for one big orbit before we go to Arlanda. That's about it.
Understood. So if you have a look at the plate, guys, we will arrive at Trusa. We got direct Trusa almost after takeoff.
Yeah.
And then we continue on the 6 Yankee arrival. We have a level restriction in the inbound turn 2,500 feet. That will also be our initial altitude. And pause going in and to Oscar uniform. It's outside Stockholm, and we will fly right over the central parts of Stockholm, which is around here. Outside Stockholm.
Contact to Stockholm 120155.
Stockholm 120155, scanning flight check ahead. Stockholm, Gomina, scanning flight check of flight L145, descending 110 in 130.
Scanning flight check of Stockholm radar contact, descent to 5,000 feet, QNH 996.
5,000 feet and 996, scanning flight check.
5,000 sets.
See.
996.
996. 13.2.
Check.
So it's a beautiful approach, and hopefully we'll get
Fairly decent weather.
Yeah,
looks like
we'll
it's
get below the
gathered up
clouds.
yeah.
Hopefully.
So far looking good according to profile.
Yeah.
So if you guys look here, we'll kept flight idle on the whole descent just to save some fuel and make it more quiet in the cabin as well.
Yeah.
I set speed 250 right now, so
Checked.
let's do the approach checklist, I think.
Yeah. Do my items, AC
Yeah.
pump, lights, and now it starts, so we put the Luga light on, and I tell the cabin 10 minutes to landing, cabin crew 10 minutes to landing. Approach, altimeter QNH 996,
996, 10,700 mark.
10,700, landing data. It's not set.
No, let's see.
Good that we have checklists.
Yeah.
Speeds for 35 tons.
I agree.
33 on the flaps.
Landing, yeah.
114 and we have to 169er.
It's checked.
Pressurization
I increased the rate slightly. It's checked.
checked. AC pump auto, cabin to go.
Check.
So now we're overhead Trosa, and we fly outbound Trosa 047 degrees. Set dial S1097.
This aircraft is going further flights today?
Yes.
Oh.
Next flight will be in 50 minutes.
6.
Scanning 53 Echo, contact arrival 19405, calls and only.
19405, scanning 5 check. Bye. Scanning 5 check.
Scanwing 53 Echo, arrival descent to 2,500 feet, continue present heading.
Descent altitude 2,500 feet, present heading, scanning 5 check.
25 and set,
See.
heading green.
Checked.
And I put the final nav up, since we probably get vectors here, so.
George?
Fine, is that okay with you?
Perfect, thank you. Cabin clear, approach check is complete.
Approaching the clouds, I put some engine anti-ice on and warm the wings up.
Checked.
Yes. to keep it clean for the next guys on the short turnaround.
One 097, 303, 303, 1097, 394, 322. Final set on a dead fight.
Thank you, George.
And we do it the old school way. We listen to the Morse codes.
Yeah, that's, you know, we're ex-military guys.
Exactly.
Ah. One to go, 996.
2000 Schweizer.
See if we can get below the cloud deck here to get you guys a view. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Getting there, almost. Altitude green.
Checked.
Scanway 53 Echo, reduce now to speed 200 knots, request from tower.
Reducing speed 200 knots, scanning flight track.
200 speed.
Checked.
Oh, might get there.
Yeah.
See Stockholm.
See some ground
by
contact.
night.
Stockholm by
Yeah.
night. Or by night.
Oh,
by afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're living far up north.
So it's
So
dark.
It's yeah.
Getting
pretty-
there now, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
But during summers it's bright, so pretty much 24/7.
Scanway 53 Echo, turn left heading 330, clear left runway 30, report established.
Left heading 330, report established, scanning flight track.
3 circular approach.
Checked.
Localizer white.
Checked. Lock ring.
Checked. Fly white.
Checked. Scanning fire track, establish localizer 30.
Scanway 53 Echo, 9 miles to go, contact tower 118105.
Tower 118105, scan fire track ahead. Roma Grey, scanning fire track, go establish localizer 1, correction 30.
Scanway 53 Echo, god middag, eftermiddag. Reduce to 160, continue approach.
Reduce speed 160, and continue approach, scan fire track.
Speed 160, so flaps 18.
Speed check 8, select. Glide line.
Checked.
Glide slope ring.
Checked.
Altitude set.
Checked. Architect gear down.
Speed
Landing
checked.
checklist.
Gear on selected. Gear.
Down to green.
Down to green. Brakes.
Checked.
Leads and flaps to go.
Checked.
So on the right hand side it's a glimpse of Stockholm center.
No 140, flaps 24.
Speed check, flaps 24 selected. 24 set.
Checked. I think it is connector and take it manually.
Flight check to green.
Checked. And set speed ref plus 5.
Ref plus 5 119.
19.
Set.
Lap 33.
Speed check, flap 33 selected. Set.
Confirmed.
Stabilized, nose well lined. Bleed set. Land checklist complete. Runway 30 cleared lands, coming 5 track.
Clear to land.
Lands.
500.
Stabilized.
Checked.
Minimums. $100.
Air brake.
Checked.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
And idle. Small yellow brake.
Comes brake pressure.
Brake pressure. 60.
Check.
Taxi Echo, taxi tail stand 19er, stand by for ground.
April 19 is the ground scaling 5 track.
19 with ground. So viewers, welcome to capital of Stockholm and the old Bromma airport from 1936. Still doing its job.
Of the landing items complete.
Thank you.
And as you can see, it's not a big airport, but is it the third biggest airport in Sweden?
Yeah, I guess it is.
I think so.
Actually bigger than Malmö where we left
Yeah.
from, passenger-wise.
Passenger-wise,
Wow.
exactly.
But A good thing, you know, working as this airport, everything is, you know, no long distance to walk.
Exactly. So after we parked 25 minutes, I'm on my bicycle on my way home.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
I'll take the car though.
Oh yeah.
But I went to the gym this morning.
Oh, that's good.
That's good, yeah.
Keep up the good work.
I know.
And right straight ahead that you can see it's a shopping mall area. It used to be hangars for Linjeflyg and SAS who operated here until 80s, I think it was.
Yeah, about the 80s. I remember as a kid, that's what the DC-6s and the Metropolitan sitting there in the hangar.
Yeah. And now it's a shopping mall.
Yeah. Should have kept the hangars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Parking brakes on, and I'll give them the sign. I have the brakes on. Time to shut down the engines. Turn the hydraulics off. Unnecessary generators. We still have engine 4 on, so turn 3 engines off. 1, 2, 3. And they're all spooling down. Now we're just waiting to hook up some ground power so we can turn off engine number 4 here. There we got ground power. Put ground power on, off with the generator on the 4th engine, and we're clear to shut it down. And we're down to shutdown checklist, George.
Shutdown checklist. Yeah. Hydraulics, fuel pumps, generators 1 and 4, tags light off, filters, tactors off,
I'll
leaks
talk.
off, beacons strobe off, brakes set, ends off, rates off, transponder. It's off.
Perfect.
Seatbelt sign, head
Yeah.
frequency.
I talk to the passengers.
Yes.
Så allesammans välkomna till Stockholm eller titta på en fortsatt trevlig kväll. Welcome to Stockholm on time arrival this afternoon, and have a nice day. Cabin crew doors are safe to open. Thank you.
And here we got times.
The times. So
and the fuel, remaining fuel.
Yeah. So it's time for me to sign my life off here and send this to the company and all the figures. Yeah, should need to hook it up on the mobile system.
And I keep track of the number of passengers that I've flown.
Oh, you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, you have a track on passengers?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm digital.
Oh, I'm old-fashioned.
Yeah.
That's it. So what should we say to the viewers?
Yeah. Thank you for joining us for our trip to Malmö and back to Stockholm. It's been a pleasure having you on board.
Exactly.
I hope you like what we have shown you.
And I hope you love the Avro. It's still a 4-engine aircraft.
Yeah.
There are not that many left.
No.
No.
We love flying it.
Yeah.
It's a good aircraft. And soon they will be retired.
Yeah. They'll be replaced by some Embraers, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And I hope to see you soon again.
Yeah. Bye now.
Bye.